world of sports, the NFL is on defense again after former NFL reporter Jim Trotter filed a discrimination lawsuit against the league. In the lawsuit, Trotter alleges that the Buffalo Bills owner Terry Pegula said that if black players don't like it here, they should go back to Africa and see how bad it is there. Now, it is bad in Africa, I'm going to tell you that. But the man should have said it. Do y'all think Trotter has a strong case against the NFL?
I think that white man should be punching his damn face for saying some shit like that and for having the audacity to say that shit within earshot of black people. As it relates to suing the whole NFL, I mean, I'm not a legal scholar. I don't know. But overall, it goes to show how they feel about us. And I'm sorry, but is it me or am I the only person who looks at the NFL and the NBA and all these other organizations as modern day slavery? Like, these things so vividly look like slave plantations to me. You've got the white slave masters and overseers that got these little black ants on the field playing. And I've always said this: if they can afford to give you a $30 million contract, imagine how much they making off your back.
That is so true. Al, what's your opinion? Because I feel like the NFL, now I could play the devil's advocate for you, Al, and think about it as a business owner, right? NFL is a business, right? And if you're in my former business, right? You in my business and you don't like what I'm doing, you got options, right? I ain't gonna say
no. Hold on, Dr. Heavenly. Hold on now. You ain't gonna be able to have those options off of the back of the black players of the NFL. There's 1,700 football players in the NFL, and 1,200 of them are black.
Right,
and 800, and the average salary is about $860,000 per player, which for our community, as it relates to black capital, that's $1 billion of black capital in our communities that these young black men are allowed to have. Now, can you imagine them, the owners and the NFL, making multi-billions off of the backs of those black players? I commend Trotter for stepping in this space and being very vocal. He did it in 2022. He did it in 2023. He asked Gazelle the exact same questions. What are you going to do about the lack of diversity as it relates to GMs, as it relates to owners, and as it relates to higher management in the NFL? And because he said it too many times and too loud, you're now going to fire him. And that is wrong. What I would like to see are our talented young black men band together, because listen, the NFL and anybody, I don't care what anybody say, if the NFL would not exist if it wasn't for the talented black young boys that participate in the league. Period. Absolutely. End of story. So if they don't like it, they can sit down, and it could be a bottom up instead of a top down. This top down slave master to slave has got to end. I'm sick of this shit.
Al, listen to me for a second.
You ain't gonna be able to say anything to me today.
Let me make my point. And I was being a devil advocate. I was not serious. But however, what I'm saying to you is, what black group sit down together? I mean, that guy kneeled one time and he lost his job. What black player stood up for him? He lost his job forever. So yes, that's a very valid point, that we could all, and they do run the NFL and the NBA, but they're not sticking together. And I think that's one of the issues. So yes, I do commend the guy for standing up, and he lost his job and he got a lawsuit for it as well. But we do need to come together, Al, and that's what we're not doing. So we could talk about it all day, but until we can get ourselves together.
I totally agree with that. I'm just saying, I am no longer from the vantage point of just because they own me means they're going to tell me what I can and cannot speak into
get all your people together with you, because if they don't stand with you, you alone, and you will be set out just like the guy. What's the guy with the afro that did
Colin Kaepernick?
He gone. So let's get it together. I don't know. That kind of makes me like passionate about it. I get you, Al. I get passionate about it because yes, it's wrong. But we got to move on.